Hello, my name is Cesaros. I am 28 years old. In this video, I want to talk about autism and anxiety. Uh, it says autism spectrum disorder and social anxiety are two conditions that can often co-occur, but they are distinct in their characteristics and implications. I am an autistic person, and I experience social anxiety. I want to talk about my experiences with social anxiety. Yes. I'll say when I was a kid, I did not really have it. I did not have any social anxiety. I'm much different today than when I was a kid. Says while individuals with social anxiety often feel distress about being socially isolated, many autistic individuals may prefer solitude and find comfort in their own interests. I often find comfort in astronomy, which is which is celestial objects and galaxies. I feel comfort knowing about different. I find comfort knowing about different planets and stars. I most interested in I'm most interested in different types of planets. Yeah, I'll say one of my favorite planets is Wasp Toby, which is a hot Jupiter. It is larger in size than Jupiter and orbit a similar star to our sun. I'll say HD 40307G is also a very interesting planet. It is a super Earth. It has conditions. It has been updated like many of the supers, like for example, Glacis 876D. It has been updated to not have the conditions that are fitting for Earth. So it is also Glacis 1214B. I used to think that Glacis 1214B was a super Earth, but it turned out to be it is in between a super Earth and a mini Neptune. It has a gaseous envelope. It also orbits the star in a very close orbit. It says Glacis 8760 orbits the star in every 1.9 days to complete one orbit around the star. I am interested in some of the new Kepler planets as well, like like a Kepler. It is a Kepler. It is K218. It's the K218 system. I think that's the system that has a. It is the system that has a. Is a system that has a super Earth. I think that I think that I find astronomy. I find astronomy comforting, more comforting than other subjects. It flows easily. It flows easily than talking about anything else. I think that I think that it helps my anxiety. It actually does help my anxiety. Says those with social anxiety typically fear judgment and embarrassment, while some autistic individuals may avoid social situations due to discomfort than fear of negative, um, rather than fear of negative evolution. No. It is negative evaluation. Symptoms of social anxiety may include sweating and trembling due to fear of judgment, whereas autistic individuals may exhibit self-soothing behaviors like stimming while overall. I appreciate a good talk about astronomy, the different climates, and I appreciate I appreciate a good talk about astronomy, the different climates, and the conditions of each planet. Although HD 40307G it is not the most Earth-like planet. It is a very interesting planet. I was like, it is because the system has five planets. No, it actually has six planets. I also find Gleases 8760 because the system has a diverse range of different sizes when it comes to their planets. I'll say Kepler 186F is more. I consider that to be more interesting than Kepler 22b. Kepler 22b is a it is a super Earth. But I think that more studies need to be. I think that more evidence need to be studied since Gleases. No, it is a Gleases 1214b was once a super Earth, but now it is considered it is considered to be very different now. I am writing a science fiction book that is about that is about a civilization that is in the distant future. It is about it has characters that are basically convergent evolution. It is a convergent evolution version of humans. They appear much like humans, but they appear eerily similar to humans in appearance and personalities. They even have vocals that can mimic a human, but they are what you call convergent evolution. Like, for example, a bat is not a bird. So, like, although they may behave in a similar manner, they are not they're not related to each other. There's quite a few animals that are like that. I mean, especially sea creatures like dolphins, sharks, or it is dolphins, sharks, or different fish. They may behave in a similar manner when it comes to them being ocean creatures, but not they're not closely related to each other. I think some of the more interesting planets. I think I'll say one of my favorite planets is HD 20782b. HD 2. That actual planet HD 20782b has an orbital period of 597 597.064 days. It orbits a G-type star at a distance of 1.3 astronomical units. I think that is very interesting because Earth is one astronomical unit from a star, which is the distance between Earth and the Sun. It orbits the Sun in every 365 days, but this planet has a 597-day orbit. It it is highly elongated. A, it has an eccentricity of 0.95. It is also similar to a planet that is HD 80606b, which was discovered in 2001. It has an orbital period of 111 days. It's about the size of Jupiter, but because of its eccentric orbit, the weather pattern is it is very different. I think that is a planet that I think that James Webb should I think it should study more. Where also HD 207b2b is also a planet that should be studied more. Yeah, I think another planet that would be interesting is 16 Cygni BB. The reason why it's got that is because there is more than one star in the system. It was once thought that it could post an Earth-like moon, but I think that the conditions are not well for it to have such a moon. I think the planet whilst 121b it is a very hot planet, which is 4,500 Kelvin. It It orbits a star in 30 hours, which is fast for event. It is similar to 209458b. I think due to the color, the color of it, it is similar. I think that 18 Delphini b is an unrated planet. Uh, it orbits a yellow giant. I think it's underrated because it is it is in a habitable zone, but it is not the size of a it's not the size of a terrestrial planet. I think some other interesting planets or some other interesting star systems is or it is Kepler 47 system and the Kepler it is the Kepler 87 system. The Kepler 87 system composed of planets that are considered to be puffy. They're considered to be puffy planets due to their extended atmosphere. I think it would be interesting to learn more about the conditions of these planets. They are even lighter than Saturn. Kepler 47 B and C. It is miniature Neptunes, and it is a miniature Neptune and a a it is a miniature Neptune and a super Neptune. No. Okay, the Kepler 47 system orbits at two stars instead of one star. I think that's one reason why the system is different from most star systems, where many planets orbit their star in a very close orbit. This is actually quite interesting. I think the 40 Kepler 47c is more interesting if it has an Earth-sized moon. If the satellite if there is a satellite that orbits it that is, let's say, larger than Mars. If it's larger than Mars, it is likely to be habitable. It's actually very interesting. The orbit seems to be slightly more elongated than usual, or than the planets that are in our solar system. I think another system that is interesting. I think two systems that are very interesting. I think it is Coupler 102 and Coupler 20. I think those systems are interesting. It is because they have a large number of planets, but they orbit very closely to the star. I would add I would I would add a Coupler 90 and Coupler 101.80 to the system. In terms of so far what we have seen, at least that is observable, is that planets that have many planets like our solar system seem to be less common. I think I think that's one reason why the system. I think that's one reason why the system is very interesting. I think Kepler 10. Let's see. I am learning that these star systems have added more planets. I think that Kepler 26e is a potential object that is much less famous than the Kepler 22. I think about it as like a Kepler 26 that may orbit in the inner edge of the star system could still be habitable. Even if it orbits, even if it orbits, even if it actually does not make it, even if it's very close to the inner edge of the solar system, it is it is also likely to, is like it's also likely totally is also likely totally locked. But the night side of this planet could actually be it could actually be habitable. And I think that needs to be looked at more, like a planets that may orbit that may almost make it to the habitable zone, but not quite there. I think that those planets should be studied more, like like there could be conditions that are on the night side of the planet that actually that is actually habitable. Overall, Kepler 26 is an underrated star system and is pretty interesting. Yeah, Kepler 6